Herzlich willkommen zurück zu der Kanzel. Wir sind in der schönen Eingangshalle des Herrenhauses und sehen ein sehr merkwürdiges Bild. Die Bilder sind sowieso alle ein bisschen strange, wenn man sich genau anguckt, ne? Wir haben gerade mit dem Pater gesprochen und eben den Brief aus dem Kreuz geleiert für unsere Mutter. Und wir gehen jetzt einfach mal, da wir nicht weiter kommen, erstmal zu dem Kamin und gucken, was die Leute da so erzählen. Erstmal gucke ich hier rein.
Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Ja, das
Open to Brutus's page. Caesar, stabbed by multiple blows at once, sees Brutus raise the dagger on him. Then, covering his head with his robe, he delivers himself to the arms of the conspirators. Nice family. Let's keep it. Might come in handy someday.
Ja, take it. Okay. Wir haben ja hier unsere Gegenstände im Inventar. Und ja, dieser Brief. Wenn wir alleine sind, können wir da ja mal reingucken. Jetzt gehen wir erstmal zu der illustren Runde dort.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Ja,
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corners. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Horn, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Riche, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Lord Mortimer asked me to drop everything and come find my mother, who seems to have disappeared during her stay here. I took
Das
the
weiß
first
ja schon
boat,
jeder.
and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
okay. Ich habe da was ausge... Ah, so, okay. Missglückt,
Good
ja.
evening, my friend.
So, ich habe doch auf den Mund geklickt.
That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apology.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision. Let's see what Washington has to say. Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Ja, mach lieber mal Licht an.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Was ich irgendwie sagen, mehr über Mortimer erfahren. Woher kennt Emily meine Mutter? Das weiß ich ja. Also,
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer is a remarkable man. He's wealthy and is advisor to the very highly placed. Your mother is the head of the Order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to financing my electoral campaign, for example. But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
And that is to his credit.
Yes, you can trust him. He will do everything in his power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother. When did you last speak to her?
Philadelphia, 15 years ago.
oh,
Sarah often went back and forth between France and the United States.
Yes, I remember those days. I didn't see her too often. Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about? When she came to the US, did you exchange ideas about the Golden Order?
Exactly. What's more, she was essential in helping set up the American branch of the Order. I would never have become its leader
Der
without her
Kamin.
help.
Hammer.
We are a new country. And to achieve our democratic ideals, we need to count on discrete powers such as our organization.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case, no one has yet mentioned associating the order.
We haven't found many clues yet.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Careful, they're coming back.
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
Wer war das denn?
Don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Ja. Zu spät.
So, who
Bin
was
einfach
that
zu
young
langsam.
lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Na, endlich. So, weswegen ist sie denn da? Mit dem komischen Haarschnitt. Yes, jetzt gehen wir nach oben.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
Genau. Erstmal umsehen. Sehr schön. Am Ende des Korridors, ja. Dieser Korridor oder dieser? Ich guck mal. Wirklich nice. Kann auch rennen. Wir gucken. Mal sehen, wo die Leute wohnen. Ah, Napoleon ist auch da. Aha. Und George Washington ist auch da. Mal sehen.
Jacques Perreux?
Okay. Da wissen wir ja schon mal, wo die Leute wohnen. In die Türen kommt man ja nicht rein. Sehr pompös hier. Wir gucken mal. Das Ende des Korridors ist wahrscheinlich auf der anderen Seite. Aber wir gucken uns mal an, wer hier noch alles so wohnt. Noch ein paar Sachen einsammeln. Genau, nehme ich mit. Erdsternchen. Mhm. Ich mag ja so Waldgemälde. Weil das hier jetzt vielleicht so ein bisschen düster ist. Okay, niemand da. Wer wohnt da?
Van Vulner.
Mhm. Van Vulner. Hört sich irgendwie holländisch an oder holländisch-deutsch. Ja, hier kann man überall runter in die Eingangshalle. Ja, an solchen Orten findet man immer so eine Sammlermünze, okay. weiß man immer nicht, wo die Sachen sind. Entschuldigung, Sammlermünzen, okay. Weiß ich nicht, was man damit macht. Aber wow, ist das nicht cool? Sehr schön. Ich befürchte, dass unser Zimmer in der anderen Richtung war. Aber vielleicht kann man hier auch einmal rumgehen. Ich weiß es gar nicht mehr. Wer wohnt hier?
President George Washington.
Hier wohnt der Georgie. Naja, kann ja nicht rein, ne? Kann man anklopfen? Nein. Geh in dein Zimmer. Ja. Okay, das verändert sich hier alles. Sehr schön, oder? Hier wohnt niemand. Mal sehen.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Hier wohnt der Kardinal.
Huh, that's me.
Gefunden. Okay. Ist das nicht cool? So, wir merken uns diesen Ort und gehen einfach mal in unser Zimmer.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Ja. Wir gucken mal rein,
Okay,
oder?
let's see what it contains. Too bad for Piaggi. So, it really is a list of French countrymen. Piaggi wasn't lying. But now it's opened. I better get it to Mother soon.
Okay, wir gucken uns mal um.
Wow, nice room.
Ja,
Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
sehr schön. Bis auf die komischen Bilder überall, ne? Also... davon gefällt mir ja kein einziges eigentlich. Euch?
Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices.
Ja.
It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes. Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall.
Bah.
I'd like to be his son.
Genau. Satan
The
verschlingt
conversion
seinen
of
Sohn.
St. Paul, like Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome.
Okay.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
Mhm.
Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading her mentor, who had raped her.
Also, die hören alle Stimmen, ne? Super. Ja, wir gucken mal. Wirklich schön. Sieht ja fast aus wie bei mir zu Hause. Ja, hier kann man noch raus. Schlossknacken geht nicht. Vielleicht später. Was haben wir hier?
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his guests. Very
Ja.
jolly.
Dantes Inferno. Habe ich auch gelesen. Sehr schön, sehr schön. Ein paar Bücher. Wir gehen mal kurz raus und da ist wahrscheinlich noch das Schlafzimmer. Was für eine schöne Suite. Sehr, sehr gut. Oh, nice. Wow, schöner Ausblick. Ach so, hier sind die einzelnen Zimmer abgetrennt. Da wohnen die Nachbarn. Geh ins Bett. Ja, später. Ich gucke mal eben, was hier alles so ist. Hier gibt es noch ein bisschen was. Karamellitengeist.
Great. Honey.
Honey, always good. Ja, das liegt sehr abgelegen. Oh, jetzt habe ich was eingenommen aus Versehen. Gut, wir gehen einfach mal wieder rein. Kann man hier noch beim Nachbarn irgendwas mitnehmen? Wirklich schön. Genau. Nehmen wir einfach mal mit. So schön, hier zu sitzen, ein bisschen was zu trinken. Very nice. Noch eine Münze. Okay, wir gehen einfach mal wieder rein und gucken uns das Schlafzimmer an. Schade, jetzt geht er selbstständig ins Bett. Ja. Und ist auch schon wieder wach. Good morning. Ne, er legt sich jetzt hin. Schade, ich hätte das Zimmer mir gerne noch angeguckt. Ich bin zum Herrenhaus gegangen. Ich habe am Anleger Mutters Schritte nachvollzogen. Piaggio überzeugt, mir seinen Brief anzuvertrauen. Mr. Washington kennengelernt. In der großen Halle geblieben, um mit Mr. Washington mich zu unterhalten. Ich habe am Anleger ein seltsames Buch gefunden, was ich verschwiegen habe. Fragen bezüglich meiner Mutter gestellt. Ohne Erfolg. Ja, man hätte da noch zu der Gesellschaft gehen können, aber dann hätte ich mich nicht mit George Washington unterhalten können. Ich hätte eine unerwartete Begegnung haben können. Okay, das war doch nicht schlecht. Ein paar Punkte eingesammelt. Vor der Küste von England. Das war die erste Episode. Ja, wie gefällt's euch? So ein schönes Häuschen, ne? Wo da Monsieur de Ruchet gelandet ist. Erste Episode abgeschlossen. Ich bin gespannt, was als nächstes kommt. Wir gucken uns erstmal das Schlafzimmer an nachher. Und ich danke fürs Zusehen. Bis dann. Ciao.